In today's video, I'll be transforming this small hallway into a cozy plant nook. If you've got a narrow space and a big love for greenery, then this video is for you. Hello and welcome to Peggy's Plants, coming to you from Central Florida. This small space is a hallway in the back of my home, and it tends to get some of the best lighting in my house. Therefore, I keep a lot of my plants back here. I love the area, but it's not quite looking how I want it, and I like to style my plants in a way that complements my home. I have a good idea of what I'd like to transform this area into, but some of the things I have to keep in mind are I only have one electrical outlet back here. It is quite sunny, so I don't want to put anything back here that the sun can degrade. It's a narrow hallway, so I have to be careful about the width of anything I put back here. And it is a high traffic area. So with all those things in mind, I'm going to transform this hallway. This is the view from the other end, like if I was coming into the house. This is the view from that angle. And it kind of shows you it's not very long at all. And this is the space that I'm working with. So let's get started transforming this area. My house is pretty much all painted the same color. It's this neutral desert sand color, and I like to use my draperies and my plants to add my pop of color. I really love this deep green. I love the look of it. It really makes my plants pop. So I decided to try and match this color for my back hallway. I like the richness of the color, and I like the kind of semi-monochromatic look that it gives with my plants. So I chose this color. I went to Lowe's, chose this color. It's called Secret Garden. It's very close to the color of my drapes, and I think it will add some richness and warmth and definitely some color to this back hallway. I think it'll also contrast nicely with the white trim. I'm not here to give painting lessons or anything like that, but here is my sampling on the wall to see what the paint will look like, and I'm absolutely loving the color. However, the only concern I have is because the hallway is so small, I'm wondering if this color is so dark that it'll make the hallway too dark. At this point, I'm fully committed, so I'm going to go ahead and follow through and paint the walls, beginning with the areas along the ceiling and baseboards. So let's get started on these walls, and I'm really excited to see how this is going to turn out. Now, here we go for a little more progress. I really like the color. It is dark, maybe a little darker than I anticipated once it dries, but I really do like it. Now, I purchased 1 gallon of paint for this hallway because the hallway is so small. And I didn't take into account the fact that my walls are so light that I have to do several coats, but it's looking like the 1 gallon is going to be enough. At least I'm definitely hoping so. When choosing this color paint, I definitely had a mood in mind. I wanted to have that calming feeling in the hallway and just, create a whole mood with it. So just keep that in mind, what mood you're going for when you select your paint. And of course, a lighter tone will help reflect light and make the space feel bigger, and the darker tones will make the area smaller. So this, I can definitely tell that the hallway feels smaller, but the color is giving me the look and feel that I was going for. I really enjoy my plants and plant collecting and learning about them and all of that. And like most people, I end up with more plants than I have places to put them. So it's very important for me to incorporate the plants into my home in an aesthetically pleasing way. And that's why I decided to turn this back hallway into a really nice plant nook. Finish off the day by completing the painting. All I have left is along the baseboards and some touch-up areas where I see that the paint is a little thin. So I'll go back over those, and then that way tomorrow I can start with hanging curtains and decorating. All right, it's day 2. I'm highly motivated, ready to get going. I'm really ready to finish this. So I pulled out my drill so that I could hang the hardware for the curtain rods. I'll leave links in the description box for the items that I use, or I'll just leave a link to my Amazon store. I am an Amazon affiliate, and I do get a small commission from some purchases. Okay, with the rod holders up, I'm ready to hang those curtains. But first, it's time to take the dog out. He's demanding a break. Now he's looking at me like he's embarrassed because I put his business in public. I'm seeing that I still have some misses here on the wall. You can see where some places the paint is light. I'll have to go back and do some touch up, but I did get the rod holders up. I'm using this type where the rod just kind of sits down in there. And I've been debating on whether or not I'm going to use shears back here. I haven't really decided, but I'll decide as I go. These are the curtains that I purchased, and I know here they look like they're very, very bright green. It's just the lighting for some reason is making them look that color. Yeah, they're not, but I went on and hung them, and I decided to put shears up with them as well because I didn't like the look of the blinds. It just, yeah, I wanted something to soften that look. So now I'm just kind of going over the drapes with a steamer so that to get some of the wrinkles out and some of the folds. This steamer has come in very handy with curtains, so it's a lifesaver. At least I didn't have to sit and iron these. Here's how everything comes together. I chose the sheer white panels to soften the space, and the velveteen drapes add some texture. The curtains and shears also act to help frame the nook and make it feel intentional. Now for the fun part, the plant rings. These are perfect for vertical gardening. They make it so you can hang the plants on the wall rather than requiring shelf space. I'm installing several of these throughout the nook. They're inexpensive and easy to install. All you have to do is pop a couple of holes in the wall. It comes with all the hardware that you're going to need. Then you put in the wall anchor. You definitely want to not skip this step because your pot will get heavier as you water it, and you definitely don't want it falling out of the wall. So then all you have to do is add your plants. So these can be used indoors and outdoors. I've used them outside to create a wall before. Very easy to use, and like I said, very inexpensive. I love these things. And now for the final reveal. First, I want to remind you what the hallway looked like before we got started on the transformation. And here is what it looks like now. I wanted to show you a close-up of this little space. It's actually would be behind the door if this door were open, but because it stays closed most of the time, I felt confident putting these plant rings back here. And this Burl Marks Fantasy has grown back here ever since I got it. And it's actually what gave me the idea for my colors. I just love, it just looks so dramatic the way it kind of blends in with the wall, the deep green colors. And this little area over here by the door makes me feel like I have a little jungle indoors. I made sure that I used different heights of plants. So I used this basket and I turned the lid upside down and I have plants on that. And then I used this tiered stand behind it. And over here, I have just a little colored painting that I found. These are my grow lights that give me the light back here that I need because these plants are getting less light since there's curtains up. And I do keep the blinds closed because it can get pretty hot in this back hallway. So I did supplement the lighting with a grow light, and that just snaps right onto the plant stand. And here are the plant rings that I hung. And I have my little plants in there. And I just love that corner. This is what it looks like at night. I think this looks so dramatic and so beautiful. I love seeing, I can actually see this from my room. And I really enjoy just looking down at my plants. And this is what it looks like during the daytime. So there you have it. My hallway that was once dull is now a vibrant and beautiful plant nook. It's cozy, functional, and full of life. And I absolutely love it. So go ahead, get creative, Use your small spaces, make the most of them, and enjoy your plants. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more plant styling tips, and drop a comment below regarding any ideas for upcoming videos or to share your plant nook ideas. That's all for now. Stay well, take care, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.